Am I the a-hole for arguing with my husband about my skincare routine? I, 29F, have been taking better care of my skin for the last 5 years. I have been using retinol, moisturizer, and sunscreen for my face all year round and have been cleansing my face when I shower. The only person I have taken seriously online about skincare is a licensed dermatologist based in the US. I have been watching her YouTube content here and there. I also visited an actual dermatologist 4 years ago, and she confirmed I should use the exact same routine I am using already for my age at the time. So that is an extra confirmation that the YT dermatologist probably knows what she's talking about. These past few months, I have been a little worried about aging more than usual since I am turning 30 in a few months, so I ended up buying a face roller/massager, and a couple of days ago I also bought a red light device for my face. That and the roller are probably the only things I have not heard that a dermatologist recommends, but I haven't looked into it. I just know people that have used it and have seen actual results from it. When I opened the red light device package, my husband, 33M, was near me and asked me what it was, so I explained to him. Then he asked me how much it cost, and I said $50. He then said, word for word, "Sometimes I feel sorry for you." I got very hurt by that statement, but it was pretty late, and he was working remotely and was very overwhelmed with work, so I thought I would bring it up another time. Fast forward to today, we had an argument about it. I basically told him what he said really hurt my feelings, and I thought it was a very mean thing to say to someone, and he apologized, but said he was sad for a while after he saw that I bought the red light device. He said he thinks I'm gorgeous, and I don't need that stuff, that the marketing of beauty products has worked well on me, and that he doesn't like to see me be a victim. He also added that he is worried about the fact that if I am spending that much money on beauty products now, what am I going to do when I am 40? I replied, when we get there, and even if that ever happens, we can talk about it. He said it's already happening. I was honestly getting pretty worked up at that point, even if some of his points were valid. The way he was going at it and the words he was using felt like an attack to me and like he had zero understanding about it. I was trying to explain to him that yes, it is true I am feeling insecure about aging, but I am working on it already in therapy. There is not more I can say about it right now, really, because it genuinely is something that's in progress. Also, I was trying to explain to him that skincare is making me feel good about myself. He said that he does understand, and if he didn't, he would have said something all these years. I said that to me, it sounds like he was just judging me in his head, and kept it quiet all this time. He stormed out. One more from OOP. So with skincare, am I the a-hole witch? I disagree. Some width of OOPs. Comments. Commenter. Info, are your purchases within a reasonable budget? Just checking this isn't a financial issue. I love skincare, and your routine doesn't sound excessive to me. If you use retinol, hopefully only at night, right? You need to wear sunscreen every day. And moisturizer is pretty normal, as is daily face washing. Is it possible your husband is concerned because maybe he's sensing that you're doing this out of a fear of aging or looking old, rather than it's a nice self-care routine? Your line, what am I going to do when I am 40? I replied, when we get there, and even if that ever happens, we can talk about it, concerns me. Do you fear that aging means your life is nearly over? OOP, oh gosh, no. I mean, if we ever get to the point where I am spending an excessive amount of money, then we can talk about it. So even if we get to that point at all. I just did a rough estimate, and it's about 60 Canadian dollars a month for moisturizer, retinol, and sunscreen. Commenter, wait, that's it? I'm around your age, and that's pretty much what every woman I know does. I do vitamin C instead of retinol. That's a very reasonable and actually minimalistic routine. I was wondering if maybe your husband had a point, but now the whole speech seems a little self-righteous. That being said, as obnoxious of a thing to say as it is, I understand that I feel sorry for you. Comment. I'm often jealous of men. They don't grow up with loved ones constantly commenting on their skin and hair and weight and clothing. They don't freak out as much about aging because older men are not invisible the same way older women can be. Women are socialized to care so much about these things in a way men don't, and sometimes it's a burden. But I'm still happy to use sunscreen and moisturizer and to have really nice soft skin. Frankly, I think a lot of men like it too when they start, often when their wives share their products with them, lol. OOP, I 100% see your point. When he said, sometimes I feel sorry for you, it felt like a punch in the stomach, but unfortunately I understood exactly why he said it and what he really meant. Here's the thing though, saying it makes me feel sad that you feel like you might need to do this would have been 1,000 times better, and the idea behind it isn't that different. One is condescending, the other one isn't. OOP clarifies. Yeah, I was worried I might be the a-hole here because I got defensive. Commenter. You are worried more about aging, and that is not healthy. I'm telling you that's not healthy. We all age the same. Time passes at the same rate for everyone. You're equating time passing, aging, with your skin health, and that's silly. OOP. Yeah, I don't think it's good for me either. I do think it will get better as I continue therapy though. Commenter. YDA. But it is sad to be obsessed with aging in your 20s. You better have lots of dollar because if this is what you are doing in your 20s, I can't imagine what you will be doing in your 60s. OOP. The whole point of starting this early is so you don't have to do excessive things later. Commenter. I've had eczema my whole life and finally got it treated well enough to where I could develop a skincare routine, and one thing I'm not seeing anyone in the comments saying is how good it feels to have nice, smooth, soft skin. Skincare is a very rewarding pursuit. It is therapeutic, and routines of any kind are important for mental health and well-being. You're not just taking care of your skin, you're practicing self-love. OOP. That is exactly how it feels. Also, after a stressful day, it relaxes me so much to just take care of me in that way. Top comment. Nuttero I don't know. You seem very, very defensive about your purchases. I can see why he might be sad. You're not even 30. Why are you so concerned with aging already? What exactly are you so afraid of? Maybe it's just my perspective here, but some of the most beautiful women that I look up to are wrinkled and more beautiful for it. Betty White, Meryl Streep, Katharine Hepburn, Dame Maggie Smith, Jenny Agutter, Miriam Margulies. I never can seem to spell her name right. It's good to take care of your skin. If it makes you feel good in some way, that's not bad. But why are you concerned about aging at not even 30? The average lifespan of a human woman is 80 years old. That means you aren't even halfway through. If you are already terrified of wrinkling and aging before you're even 30, your husband is right to be concerned at how much more fear you're going to be living with by the time you actually see real wrinkles. There's really not much you can do to avoid the appearance of aging as you age. If you want to see how much you'll really age, look at your mother and your grandmother. If you wear sunscreen more regularly than they do, you'll age more slowly than they have and get less sunspots than your grandmother probably has, but otherwise they are your future and you can't avoid them. The only thing that you can really do is try to make it confused with more left lines than scowl lines. Which doesn't mean to avoid sadness, it means to court things that bring you joy and make you feel accomplished. OOP, downvoted. I honestly grew up in a patriarchal country. Even though I'm in Canada now, I did feel like other people, not me, after a certain age believe women expire, and that they are generally defined by their looks. I think that is a pretty big reason I'm worried, because as much as I disagree, my reptile brain still thinks I need to forever look young. Edit. Please don't come for me. I think people downvote me because they think I also have those beliefs. Once again, I do not. One more from OOP. I do not believe that women rot when they turn 30. I think my main worry is other people might treat me differently because they believe that, which I have overcome to an extent, but still is scary. OOP's post is voted not enough info. Update post, 2 days later. So, I talked with my husband yesterday. The issue got resolved pretty quickly. We both apologized and shared our feelings, and that was it. I admitted the last 2 purchases I did were impulsive, and I definitely don't need them. Not that I need the other creams I use besides SPF, but that's another conversation. And he admitted he could have phrased his concerns in a nicer manner, and he sees how they can come off condescending even if that wasn't his intention. I also mentioned I did a Reddit post about this, and we were able to laugh about it. Some comments got me thinking though. A few women said I am perpetuating misogynistic beliefs, and it can affect negatively other women, and the fact that I am using creams proves it. I am still on the fence about this, because 4/6 of the things I use are dermatologist recommendations for my age group. But I do admit there is some residual trauma there from growing up in a misogynistic environment, which I am working hard to get rid of 100%. To those of you who were kind and still expressed your honest opinion, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Off to use my new red light device. Cheers. Some of OOP's comments. Top comment. Wandering. Me, 123. I think it's fine to want to look a certain way. As long as it's for you, you don't expect others to do it, and you're nice to yourself as you age or your skin changes. In my 30s, I've developed a manageable skincare routine, but I find it fun to try new products. I have a budget that applies to the spending and other personal spending, and it makes me happy. I share tips with friends. I follow and watch dermatologists on IG. I don't impose this on others or expect myself or people around me to never age or change. All to say, I think there's a difference between perpetuating misogynistic beliefs and wanting to feel good. OOP, 100% agree. OOP clarifies. Just to be absolutely clear, I prioritized advice from a dermatologist I met with and got advice from. Dr. Dre's channel is something I look more casually. Commenter. If you're worrying about aging at 30, wait until you're almost 50. Honestly, it hit me hard and kind of overnight. Not just from looking at my own aging face, I've always looked younger than my age, but at other women and men in my age range. There is absolutely nothing wrong with taking care of your skin, especially with what is on offer now. It's no different to a healthy diet and exercise. Your skin is an organ that needs to be taken care of so you don't end up later in life with skin like a ball sack. And women need to stop tearing down other women. We have enough crap to deal with without getting it from each other. OOP. There is something really beautiful my therapist told me. There is some grief in aging, and that's okay. People that go through medical procedures to look young forever never get to process that grief. And it was such a light bulb moment. I think I am in that phase of still processing that grief and doing everything in my power to embrace this new part of my life, even if it's just entering my 30s for now.